Today we are diving into the absolute powerhouse of a game that is Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2. I just finished it and let me tell you, this is the real deal. So strap in because this game makes you feel like you're leading the charge for the Emperor himself. Let's get into it. First off, the best thing about Space Marine 2, it's 100% Warhammer through and through. Every swing of the Chainsword, every bolter round, every furious shout of you're in the thick of the Warhammer 40k universe. This is the kind of adaptation we've been waiting for. No fluff, no filler, just pure, brutal, awesome fun. I'm talking about full-on battles with hordes of Tyranids, intense melee combat, and tactical squad-based action. You really feel like you're a Space Marine, a hulking super soldier cutting through enemies like hot knife through butter. The gameplay is buttery smooth. It's a mix of fast-paced shooting and brutal up-close melee combat. You're constantly swapping between your bolter and your Chainsword, and every hit has so much weight behind it. And the executions, woo baby, oh they're satisfying. Visceral, gritty, and just straight up Warhammer. Now, since the start of this game, I felt like I was a Space Marine fighting for the Emperor. The immersion is so well done because you don't really feel like anything's out of place. And I noticed with these games nowadays, whenever there's a social agenda behind it, it just gets you out of the immersion. But this is an old style game. Even the CEO himself has said that all he wanted to do with this game is bring back the awesome fun from the 2000 games. 2010, back then, you know, where it was just hack and slash, shoot and kill. It's a good story, nothing else, you know. So it feels so weird for 2024 to have a game like this, but it's so refreshing because, oh man, is it fun. And that's the thing that I like the most about this game, honestly, is that it does what a lot of modern games seem to forget. It's just fun. It puts gameplay first, and the result is something that feels so pure and focused. You're not grinding through some boring filler or getting bogged down by unnecessary systems. It's all about being a Space Marine and doing what Space Marines do best: destroying enemies for the Emperor. And the best part, you don't have to be a Warhammer fan to enjoy it. Hey, I wasn't really a Warhammer fan before this. I did have an idea of the universe, but I didn't play the first game, and I'm not a deep fan. I enjoyed it so much that I really want to get into Warhammer now. It's really awesome lore it has behind it. If you have time to see some videos, oh man, are there some long videos. Whenever I search Warhammer 40k lore, believe me, 12-hour videos, that sounds long. That's normal. If anything, that's short. As far as the gameplay goes, you get two types of weapons. You get your melee option and then your ranged option. And you can switch between two ranged options at a time, but you got the geared weapon, you know, for shooting usually mid, long range, but whenever you get lots of enemies that get close to you, you can use a melee weapon, you can do some parrying. Your health doesn't regenerate, only your armor does, and the only way to get back your armor is if you do executions. So you have to time that very well because otherwise, if you don't get an execution soon, you're going to run out of health and armor and you're dead. Now, I played this on a 3rd difficulty, which is the way the game was intended to be played by the developers. And it was kind of hard. I would die a few times in some areas, with some bosses even dying probably 10 times. And I'm a hardcore Dark Souls player, you know, I like these hard games, and this felt pretty hard sometimes. So I would recommend giving the 3rd difficulty a try if you're up for a challenge. I haven't tried the 4th one yet. That's the one Henry Cavill is doing, and it seems like he's having a really hard time from the tweet we saw from him. But overall, the game is pretty easy to pick up. Nothing fancy. You don't really level up. And yeah, that's pretty much it. This game is a 10 out of 10. That's my final verdict. Nothing more to be said. Just look at these awesome shots, get the game, play it, enjoy it. It's about 11 hours. the campaign. I haven't tried the multiplayer yet. They say it's pretty cool, but you can play this with friends. So you can do co-op campaign. You always have 2 allies by your side, so you got a 3 squad group. They're always going to be there. They're NPCs, so if you get down, they can revive you. They are actually useful. They can actually kill enemies, not like in other games where they're usually pretty useless. And it just feels cool. If you don't have any friends, at least you got some NPCs by your side. And it does have some character development during this game. I saw a video from Space Marine 1. I didn't play it myself, but there was apparently a really annoying teammate in Space Marine 1. And there are some references to that game in this game that I did catch just because I watched the video of Space Marine 1's story. I would recommend doing that before you play this game as well. So at least get some insight into Warhammer's background, its lore, its Space Marine 1 lore as well, the backstory to that. And this game will feel a lot better if you have just that little bit of knowledge before you start playing this game. And thanks so much for watching. I really hope you guys enjoyed this game. I heck did. It's so awesome, and I hope you have a nice one. Peace out.